Richmond, Virginia, home of the Kickers. Tonight, the Kickers at City Stadium get set to battle an old rival in a new league, North Carolina FC. Hi, everybody. John Emmett along with Ronnie Pascal. Tonight, the 0-2 Kickers against North Carolina FC with an 0-1 record. Kickers coming off a tough 1-0 loss last week to Indy 11, but it was an effort that Lee Cowlishaw called a vast improvement over their loss on the road in their season opener at Bethlehem Steel. Meanwhile, North Carolina Football Club didn't get to play last week. They were weathered out at Louisville City. 2 weeks ago, opened at home. They lost 3-1 to Tampa Bay. But, Ronnie, the odd thing is you got two coaches, two veteran coaches, coming off losses. They were both happy with the soccer their teams played in those losses.
Yeah, it's something you don't see very often, especially with soccer, is two teams in week 3 who both are winless, but both coaches are pretty excited about the direction their team's moving in. And I think they're both expecting big things tonight.
North Carolina FC created all kinds of opportunities the first 20-25 minutes in that 3-1 loss at home to Tampa Bay. And the guy who really made it go was Stephen Miller, former Montreal Impact draft pick who's kind of knocked around the USL and then a little bit in Denmark. They list him as a defenseman on their roster, but he actually plays an attacking wing, and he scored their goal against Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Stephen Miller's a guy who he brings a lot of excitement. Like you said, he's pretty versatile, can play in the back. They've utilized him more out wide as kind of a wide midfielder, and as he showed last week, he likes to get forward and put the ball in the back of the net. There's
a lot of familiarity between these two teams. Coaches, front office people, but also players. And one key kicker tonight, Brian Shriver, the leading goal scorer in the history of the Dead Whales, North Carolina Football Club.
Yeah, you know, Brian brings a wealth of experience to the Kickers, which is something that they really need out on the field. Showed really well last week against Indy 11 playing wide left. And I think everyone, front office, fans, coaches, are really looking for him to kind of ignite the attack.
All right, both teams going to juggle the lineups for this one. Colin Clark, a former head coach of the Richmond Kickers back in 98 and 99. Some experience in Major League Soccer with the then Dallas Burn. Later had a lot of success and is now a veteran in Carolina. Alex Tambakis in goal, played at Charleston last season. DJ Taylor on that right outside D will press up in offense. Kyle Becker kind of anchors the thing in the central midfield, and Daniel Rios, one of two changes from their Tampa Bay lineup, gets the start as their central striker tonight. They may show a 5-4-1. We'll have to kind of watch the formation they come out with.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Colin decided to mess up the lineup a little bit, kind of mess with Lee. They're old friends. Lee actually played for Colin his last 2 years pro before he became the coach of the Kickers.
Meanwhile, the Kickers have no choice but to mess with the lineup. Personnel has been an issue. They get Alex Lee back from international duty. Travis Wara makes his third straight start between the sticks. Avio Cordobez back into the lineup. He was out last week, hurt. Matt Bolduc, who had a little bit of an impact late in last week's game, gets his first start of the season today.
Yeah, the Kickers have been kind of decimated with injuries early on in the season, and they've got some guys just coming from international callbacks. So it's good to get some of their attackers on the field, and we'll see if they can score some goals.
All right, Kickers and Dead Whales tonight from City Stadium. And we're back with the kickoff next.
Make time to escape to the coast and enjoy 60 miles of beautiful beaches, and let the sound of the ocean's tide take you to your happy place. Now's the perfect time to book your spring getaway to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Besides, you deserve it. Seize your moment now and come, let go, and unwind on Myrtle Beach Time.
Let go and unwind on Myrtle Beach Time.
Elephant Auto Insurance presents Richmond Landmarks with Gene Cox. Built in 1901, Main Street Station has defined Richmond's skyline for over 100 years. One of the oldest train stations in the country, and it still keeps folks on the move. With its national headquarters right here in Richmond, Elephant keeps people on the move without breaking the bank. So log on to elephant.com for a free quote today. It's the most Richmond thing you can do.
We welcome you back inside City Stadium. John Emmett with Ronnie Pascal. It is time for soccer. Richmond Kickers, North Carolina Football Club. Kickers will get this started. They are in the red and defending the goal to our right. Umar, long ball for Shriver. Cornevez gets on the end of it, blocked by Danso for a kicker throw. Richmond aggressive right away.
Yeah, I think that says a lot about their mentality right there. Cornevez getting in and trying to make an impact.
Scott Thompson will restart. Now Umar. Searching back post for Bolduck. Out of the smoke, Imura. And through all the smoke, Richmond turns it over.
Great atmosphere already by the Red Army. It's good to see.
Becker gets a touch out of the middle of the field. Harrington playing up. This is a different formation than what they showed against Tampa. Shinoski able to break up the Guillen attack. Lee sweeps it forward. Bolduck for Richmond, just underway and scoreless. Austin Deleuze, the captain for North Carolina Football Club. Umar for Richmond. Here's Udai Imura. Avio Cordovez back in the Richmond lineup tonight. That's a giveaway seized by Stephen Miller, who Buccaneers forward. Shinoski denies the pass. Shriver back for Thompson again. Playing a left back role, normally a midfielder. Footy Danso for the Dead Whales. Searching for Rios. Shinoski gets there first, and Travis Wara turns it the other way. Braden Troyer. Shriver battling with Taylor for the header. Thompson chipping it ahead for Cordovez in a race with Danso. Now Thompson. Umar. Shinoski. Murrah against Deleuze. Alex Lee back from international duty with Guam. Kickers will start again. Braden Troyer again playing an inside back role for the second straight week. Normally he plays outside. That's a North Carolina Football Club throw. Fourth minute, scoreless.
Presented by the Carytown Merchants Association. Don't miss your chance to win some great Carytown prizes.
Miller in the touch, trying to send Rios forward.
On the main concourse
Broken up by Thompson.
$1 for the halftime Frisbee toss
An
contest.
NCFC throw. Rios is on loan from Chivas of the Mexican Primera. He's had considerable experience in the Ascenso, the second division. He scored some goals at that level. Here's Becker, San Francisco Delta last season. His service in, headed out by Shinoski. Only as far as Douye. Now Deleuze. That's out for a Richmond throw. 5th minute, no score. Both teams looking for their first win of the year. Murrah, long ball forward, looking for Cordovez. Cordovez goes tumbling, and the foul against Richmond. Aaron Guillen out of El Paso with a little taste of the Major League Soccer experience.
Yeah, Cordovez is a handful up top, kind of showing his physical presence right there. Maybe got a little bit carried away, but good to see the aggressiveness.
Longtime Charleston Battery man who was out of the lineup last week. 3 changes in tonight's kicker 11 from their home opener last week. Rios chasing with Shinosky, and that's a Richmond throw. Alex Lee back in the lineup, so Gonzalez out. Bolduc gets the start for Lavity at the midfield. Nice job by Jose Wusu to deny a burgeoning opportunity for Graham Smith. Thompson will restart for Richmond. Cordovez picked off by Becker. Deleuze in pursuit with Bolduc. Ian starts it ahead. It's like kind of a 4-3-3 for North Carolina.
Yeah, they're defensively, they're pressing when the opportunity's on. If Richmond has clear possession, they kind of sit back and make it difficult. But definitely pushing forward with numbers. The 2 wide guys are getting high and wide to give them those options.
Service in, gobbled up by Juarez. Boduye was probing. Juarez, the DC United loanee, making his 3rd straight start.
Yeah, and he actually played on the NCFC under-23 team for a season or 2, so he's got some ties as well. But good for him to get a first confident good touch at the beginning of the game.
Their youth program doing some damage. Cordova's battling with Danso.
There's a lot of similarities between the Kickers Youth Club and kind of establishing that system, and NCFC has done a very good job of kind of growing theirs as well. I know they've got some academy guys on the roster also, and a couple of guys who have signed pro contracts.
DJ Taylor playing the right back spot is one of 2 contract players out of their youth program as Miller Buccaneers forward. Harrington playing up in midfield. He was right back against Tampa. Douye plays in. That's chipped out by Troyer. Select is the official soccer ball of the United Soccer League. For the latest Select products and other special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Receive free shipping on orders over $50.
It's a good clear there by Braden Troyer in the middle, not letting his attacker get in front of him.
Richmond throw as we approach the 9th minute. Match thus far scoreless. Bolduc for Richmond. Shriver. Shriver has some room.
Well done there by Richmond. Wusu did a really good job of picking up the ball and finding the option out wide. Scott Thompson, you see out wide, makes a really good overlapping run, which opens up some space for Brian to bring it back into the middle and take a shot. I'm sure he wishes was a little bit more on target, but the mentality and the approach is very good by Richmond right now.
Taylor drops it back for Footy Danso. Probing for Rios, knocked down by Shinosky's header. Umar. Now Thompson. Murrah, pressured by Deleuze, finds Shinosky. Again, Murrah. Nice run there from Alex Lee. Now Bolduc. Lee again. Umar from distance. He wasn't much closer when he scored back in week 1 against Bethlehem Steel.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what he was thinking too when that ball popped out to him. And, you know, you're never going to score if you don't take a shot. But Alex Lee right there on the right kind of shows you what he brings to the team, that experience and just the comfort on the ball going forward from that right back position.
Murrah finds Bolduc. Here's Lee. Kickers playing the same 4-2-3-1 that they've essentially used in their previous 2 matches. Personnel moving around. Thompson trying to get on the end of the Umar pass, but that's offside.
Outside.
So a free kick for North Carolina Football Club, 11th minute. Rios looking for Taylor, broken up by Amura. Ed Wales wanted a handball. Troyer. Shinofsky with some space. Probing for Cordovez. Danso gets ahead to it, and Alex Tambakis cleans it up.
Really well done there by Footy Danso. Saw it the whole way, under control, headed back to his goalkeeper to keep possession.
Danso, one of the players who helped the Portland Timbers transition from the second division side to Major League Soccer. Now here's Miller. Taylor buccaneering up. Service in for Becker. Now Miller. Deleuze. Uncomfortable for Travis Wara.
Yeah, well done there by Travis. Excellent footwork to get his body behind the ball and make it a pretty comfortable hold.
Deleuze played college soccer at Wake Forest. First round draft pick, New York Red Bulls. A little bit of MLS time. Troyer for Richmond. Scoreless early in the first half. Cordovez kept it in play, but Taylor there to clean it up. Now Becker. Chased down by Harrington. Graham Smith. Now Miller. Up by Jose Rusu hustling back into the play. Danso pressing up for Taylor. Deleuze. Graham Smith. Peebo Douye. Becker has some room. Rios. Murrah gets in there to break that up. Now Alex Lee.
NCFC seems to be finding a lot of space out wide. They've already served 3 or 4 really dangerous crosses into the box.
A little different look than they showed 2 weeks ago against Tampa Bay, playing Harrington further up. And Douye, who was a left back in the Tampa Bay game, now really playing kind of an attacking midfield role. Rios left for Deleuze, the veteran captain. Now DJ Taylor. Stephen Miller. Taylor again, former U.S. U18 international. Miller back for Harrington. Smith. Strong tackle by Troyer. And Jose Wusu leaves for Alex Lee. Pressed by Douye. And North Carolina FC gets a throw.
Yeah, they've really got the kickers pinned in right now. As soon as they lose possession, they're putting pressure on the ball, making it really hard for the kickers to find Cordovez up front.
Foul call there against the NCFC. '15th minute, no score. Troyer, who are sending it back for Wara.
Shows good confidence in your goalkeeper right there when you hit a 40-yard ball in the air back to him.
Now Thompson trying to find Schreiber, but he runs out of pitch.
That was a great look by Thompson right there, and Shriver made a really good diagonal run. Maybe he just misjudged it a little bit, but that's a great little curveball in behind. You would hope Shriver could get a touch to kind of play it across.
You score a $5 burrito the next day.
The goal kick from Tambakis.
On your phone.
He might have had a little Colin Clark flashback right there. Thought he was playing for Northern Ireland in the World Cup again. Richmond throw. Murray's touch heavy, and now NCFC will give it a shot. Austin Deleuze. Danso. Aaron Guillen. Play on, says the referee. Deleuze for Taylor. Becker back for Taylor. Miller for Taylor. Douye. A bit of a giveaway there, and Bolden clears. Cordovez against Guillen. And the foul goes NCFC's way as Guillen down.
The Red Army's not very happy with this call.
They're offering some helpful officiating hits.
Looked like Cordovez just doing a good job of holding him off right there. That's what you expect from Cordovez. You can see the kickers, when they win the ball, that's always their first look right now. Very direct, trying to play it to their strong target forward. In my opinion, it looked like he did a good job of holding onto the ball right there, and wasn't much there in terms of a foul.
Guillen takes the restart for Danso. Smith in the middle of the park, and the kickers wanted a handball. It did clip Rios on the arm, so Richmond gets a free kick. 18th minute, no score. Sergei Demyanchuk is tonight's referee. Heath Hickson, Nicholas Seymour, the assistant referees. Danso heads that out for a Richmond corner, first of the match.
Corner kick coming up for Richmond.
And Smith, the fourth official. Kickers, after another pretty lively start from NCFC, boy, they dominated the first 20-25 minutes against Tampa Bay. That's absolutely horrific luck in that match. Burrow will take the corner. That was headed clear by Douye, but only as far as Lee, and he smacked one off Douye for a Richmond throw. Bolduc back for Shinovsky. Umar. Headed down by Harrington. Now Miller. Rios. Looking for Taylor with the hard run. Smith. Deleuze. Now Douye back for Guillen, who has to get on his horse. And kept it in.
Well done. Walking the tightrope.
Smith for Deleuze. Harrington. This is Harrington's first Division II season after a lengthy career in Major League Soccer. University of North Carolina product. Danso for Douye. That's a Richmond throw. 20th minute, no score. About 62 degrees at game time here. The breeze, which was a gale earlier, has died down.
It's perfect weather for a soccer game, and I think the kickers and the fans are going to really enjoy this. Knowing in a couple months it's going to be 100 degrees with about 95% humidity.
Danso finds Miller. Decent turn there. Murray trying to get back. Miller's service in, but no blue jerseys in the vicinity. Alex Lee was able to chest it down to Wara.
It's great composure by Alex, knowing that there's no one around and he had time to just calmly chest it down for him.
Harrington won that header, but Shinoski comes away with the ball. Rios went down, play continues. Rios back up, and Murrah drops it for Umar. Searching for Thompson. Decent little ball for Shriver, but Danso right there. Taylor up for Miller. Wusu put it out of play, and it's an NCFC throw.
Umar's played that same little diagonal ball about 3 or 4 times now to Thompson. Brian Shriver's doing a very good job of tucking inside and opening up that space. Him and Scott Thompson seem to be getting a pretty good understanding of each other right now.
Shriver's little touch for Murrah, now Thompson. Umar plays back for Troyer. Shinoski for Richmond. Travis Wara trying to start the offense. Here's Shriver. Cordovez. Former Cuban national. Holds it back for Thompson. Now Umar. Pressed by Becker. Thompson again. Denied by Taylor. Thompson recovers for Imura. Cordovez trying to play a little 1-2. That was broken up by Smith. Now Deleuze. Harrington. Douye. Lines up a goal kick.
It's a really good counterattack by NCFC, getting forward quick, trying to get the ball wide and back across, and just kind of a miss hit at the end. You've seen a couple sloppy giveaways from Cordovez on the other side for the kickers, is getting the ball in pretty good places, and they're really looking for him. And he's tried the right idea, trying to play quick one-touches, but doesn't seem to connect every time.
That was knocked down by Deleuze. Douye again, native of Tacoma Park, Maryland, just outside D.C. Played his college soccer in West Virginia. Graham Smith. Danso again, former Gambian international. Becker. Taylor, the NCFC youth system product. Guillen. College soccer in Florida Gulf Coast. Harrington broken up by Lee. Guillen again for Douye, was offside. So free kick for Richmond, 24 plus minutes gone in the first half, no score. Umar back for Troyer. Thompson. Shriver kept it alive. And Miller got a boot up trying to move that ball forward. And that results in a Richmond restart. And Miller offering some officiating pointers.
Scott Thompson did a great job just to keep that ball in the first place, and then was going to head that one and saw the boot come into his face and turned away. It's a right call by the ref.
Osei Wusu, a handball in traffic. Quick restart for NCFC. Becker finds DJ Taylor. Miller back for Taylor. Danso. Guillen, 8 Major League Soccer appearances with FC Dallas. Deleuze trying to find Douye. Lee says no. Smith found Douye. Now Becker from distance. Goal kick Richmond. Hear exclusive stories directly from the USL's players at USLsoccer.com from the pitch with written and video content that provides unfiltered access and a first-person look into the professional game and players' everyday lives. And I would imagine, Ronnie, when you were playing, you really wanted folks to be able to get online and have a look at your everyday life.
Yeah, it was a different day back then, but it's pretty cool, all the different tools that guys have right now to kind of bring fans in and grow the culture within the league.
Deleuze for NCFC, now Guillen. th minute, no score. Neither team a great chance thus far. Danso.
Both teams kind of seem to have the same idea. They are willing to give up possession, drop back and get numbers behind the ball, and make it really difficult for the other team to really get dangerous in the final third. If there's an opportunity to press, they will, but for the most part, just like NCFC is doing right now, they're willing to give up possession in non-dangerous spots, which is fine, and kind of challenging the kickers to beat them. And Richmond's doing the same thing. As soon as they lose the ball, they're dropping numbers behind it and making it difficult for NCFC to get behind.
Alex Lee deflected away by Deleuze. What's funny about that is both coaches all week were talking about exactly the opposite, playing pressing soccer. Lee Cowlishaw was talking about how lively NCFC was in their first game and how much he expected them to press. He wanted to press.
Yeah, you know, I think there is, especially with those two know each other so well, little bit of mind games going on and playing with each other and having a good time.
Now NCFC with some space in the middle of the park to Deleuze, but that's picked off by Imura. Osei-Wusu probing for Cordovez. And he has a go, but that ball almost wound up grabbing a table in the new South Goal bar.
Yeah, Osei-Wusu is doing well. He's having another really good game for the Kickers, playing in a little bit different spot, kind of right in behind Cordovez as that kind of attacking center midfielder. But he's been pretty impressive right now. Gets the ball, really looks to go forward and make an impact.
Aaron Guillen, El Paso native, in possession for NCFC. Now Deleuze again. Captain rolls it back for Danso. Taylor. Almost a half hour gone, no score. Austin Deleuze. Looking for Miller with the diagonal. Now Smith. Deleuze. Headed away by Lee. Umar trying to play it forward. Harrington. And NCFC will reshape through Guillen. Guillen's pass picked off by Shriver. Kickers an opportunity on the counter. Shriver. Bolduck. Run off by Deleuze. And it's a goal kick.
Shriver saw him coming, the passing lane was there, played a good ball in front of him. Maybe a little bit too ambitious to try to take a touch, maybe have a shot on goal first time right there, but promising signs by the Richmond Kickers.
Now leave for Richmond for Oscar Umar. Bolduc offside. Red Army seems to think the opposite.
I think the Red Army always thinks the opposite if it goes against Richmond. They have certainly brought in a fantastic atmosphere here in the City Stadium. Week in and week out, it's always a fantastic time, and they have fun with it.
Crowd filling in nicely here. Smith dropping way back, finds Guillen. Danso. Becker for Taylor. Shot by Thompson. Deny Miller possession, but it winds up a dead whale throw. Thompson denying Miller there. DeLuz drops it back for Guillen. Michael Harrington has been at pro soccer long enough. He was drafted by the Kansas City Wizards. Taylor. Danso again. DeLuz just shovels it back to Alex Tambakis, native of Athens. Made one appearance with Atlanta United in Major League Soccer. Guillen. More than a half hour in the books, no score as Danso probing forward and wore away off his line with an offside. The consternation and confusion of NCFC as Rios was trying to get on the end of that.
Yeah, it's the first time really the Kickers' back four has been caught out a little bit. They were a little bit disorganized stepping up, bailed out by the offsides flag.
Braden Troyer, only an outside back, second straight week playing an inside back. Mikel Williams, that's paperwork difficulty trying to return from his international call-up. Rios, denied by Troyer. Taylor recovers for the Dead Whales. Becker. Smith playing for Harrington. He's pressured by Bolduc, who comes up with a turnover. Again, the Kickers counter. Bolduc. Osei-Russo! And Tambakis comes up huge.
Shot by Osei-Russo.
Terrific opportunity for the rookie out of George Washington.
Osei-Russo getting pulled right there off the ball, which is a veteran play by NCFC. And he does what he has to do. He puts it on target, maybe a little bit more in the corner, a little bit lower, it goes in, but at least make the goalkeeper make a save there. Make sure you don't hit it off range.
Tambakis made several strong second half stops in their loss to Tampa Bay. As much as the Dead Whales dominated territorially wide swaths of that match, they gave up some pretty good counters, and there Tambakis has to punch away the Amura corner. Now Umar. Diagonal. A little too high there, and it's a goal kick. Shanoski is probing up. Bolduc fouling Harrington. Free kick coming for NCFC. 35th minute. Still no score. The Kickers have had the best chances, in particular. Osei-Russo effort.
Yeah, it's definitely promising by the Richmond Kickers. I think the fans are starting to feel the excitement.
Miller's service in, and Wara able to gobble it up with Rios. The Chivas low knee working. Umar. Cordovez. Broken up by Smith.
It's definitely not an easy ball for Travis Horn to deal with right there. He did really well to keep it in possession, kind of under control. You don't always have to catch it clean the first time as long as you control it.
That was wide ball finding Taylor. Smith back for Guillen. Harrington for Deleuze. Less direct soccer from NCFC that we saw in their home opener against Tampa Bay.
Yeah, it's always the kind of the give and take. You play a little bit more direct, you open yourself up for the counterattack a little bit more also. So typically what you'll see is teams on the road sit in a little bit more. A team like NCFC with the experience and the skill that they have, like they're doing right now, keep possession, move the ball from side to side, look for little holes, and make sure when you lose the ball defensively, you drop in and make it difficult.
Douye able to chase down the Miller's service. Harrington for Deleuze. Now Danso. Rios in traffic. Miller. Murrow wins the ball. Shriver probing up for Cordovez. That's out for an NCFC throw. Aaron Guillen making his first appearance of the season for NCFC. He was in the 18 but did not play against Tampa Bay, and they were weathered out last week. Becker. Now Miller. Taylor. Battling with Troyer. And that's a Richmond goal kick. Have you got what it takes to beat the experts on USLsoccer.com? Show off your knowledge of the league by picking the right results of the USL's matchups each week of the season.
It's going to be hard this year. There are a lot of talented teams out there.
Yeah, the East is a beast. I don't know a whole bunch about the West yet, other than Sacramento Republic runs a pretty sharp outfit. But the East is loaded.
Yeah, it's almost a coin toss every week. It's going to be exciting.
Cordova is able to spin through traffic. That's broken up by Smith. Harrington starts the counter looking for Rios. Shanowski got there. And that's a dead whale throw. Harrington restarts. Rios. Shanowski able to clear. Woody Danso played a little college soccer, North Carolina Wesleyan. So he has an in-state tie. Rios. Shanowski standing tall. Bolduc in traffic. And he wins a throw for the Kickers.
North Carolina is such a hotbed for soccer. I feel like almost everyone has some sort of a North Carolina tie at some point.
Woody Danso. Guillen. 40th minute, no score. Danso, long ball looking for Rios, who went down in the box and wants a foul, but referee suggesting he'd like a pony.
Yeah, I don't think there was much there from Alex Lee. Did a well job, had really good position on him, and seemed like it was more forward trying to draw some pulling to him.
Travis Warren a restart. Wusu for Shriver. Murrah denied by Deleuze. Rios fouled by Umar.
That's a really smart foul right there by Oscar Umar. He saw that they were in some trouble. NCFC picked up the ball. They had numbers moving forward. Definitely an opportunity for a counterattack, and I think Umar saw that and knew he had to do something.
Umar apparently offered some dissent because Mr. Demianchuk did not originally produce the card, but after Umar stopped by to offer a hint or two, he earned a caution, the first of the match, 41st minute.
And honestly, that's probably the right call right there. I think he definitely, it was a tactical foul, did it on purpose, stopped the counterattack. 9 times out of 10, you'll see a yellow card on that.
Umar denying Becker a touch. Lee sweeps it forward. Deleuze dug that out. Harrington reshapes it through Guillen. Headed down by Lee. Bolduc. Taken away by Rios. And now Danso. Murrah got a foot there. And Shriver can start the counter. Osei-Wusu. Alex Lee. Now Shinosky pressured by Rios. Headed forward by Harrington. Richmond foul, and NCFC looking for a quick restart, but they'll have to do it again. Third minute, no score. Taylor. Headed down by Shinosky. Miller got up for it. Now Deleuze. Miller. Into the 6! And NCFC strikes first. Daniel Rios, the Chivas loanee, with his first North American goal.
Really well done right there by NCFC, getting the ball into dangerous spots. And just like last week, Richmond Kickers have a really strong first 40 minutes, and then last 5 minutes of the first half give up a goal.
And almost at the identical moment as last week. This one came about 90 seconds later. It's Daniel Rios, his first as a member of NCFC. He'd scored 13 in second division Mexican play. Miller, who scored their goal against Tampa Bay, picks up an assist. Comes in the 43rd minute. NCFC 1, Richmond Kickers 0.
In the 43rd minute by number 14, Daniel Rios. North Carolina 1, Richmond 0.
Connor Shinosky. Probing for Shriver. Puts a head on it for Thompson. Denied by Taylor, but Richmond gets a corner.
It's good to see the Kickers respond like that, try to come right back out, be pretty direct, get a good ball forward, good touch by Shriver, and now dangerous corner kick.
Again, Murrah will take it. That was deflected clear by Deleuze. But only as far as Umar. Now Thompson. Murrah. Thompson again. Umar with service in. Umar keeps possession for Lee. Alex Lee in the first half stoppage time. 1 minute added.
1 minute of stoppage time has been added on.
Molduck.
1 minute of stoppage time has been added on.
That's a goal kick. NCFC now about 40 seconds away from taking a 1-0 lead into the room at the break.
Good extended spell possession by the Kickers in their offensive third, and really dangerous ball whipped in by Alex Umar at that one point. That was handled well by NCFC.
Danso looking for Rios. That's broken up by Troyer. In the dying embers of first half stoppage time. NCFC in no huge hurry here. Miller. Becker. Taylor pushing up. Troyer denies him. And that's it for the first half. So we have played 45 at City Stadium. Two teams looking for their first win, and for the second straight week, Lee Cowlishaw has to contemplate a late first half goal, putting his club behind. Daniel Rios, an under 20 Mexican international, scoring his first United Soccer League goal. And it's NCFC 1, Richmond Kickers 0, 45 minutes in. Back with halftime next.
Don't miss out. It's the final days of Nissan Now. Hurry in for big savings on Rogue with ProPilot Assist that helps keep you centered in your lane. The technology of tomorrow, available today. This is your last chance to save on America's best-selling SUV and our entire lineup. It's time for an upgrade. Hurry in to Nissan Now. Exclusive offers and this event end April 2nd. Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models or save up to $10,500 on select models.
Make time to escape to the coast and enjoy 60 miles of beautiful beaches and let the sound of the ocean's tide take you to your happy place. Now's the perfect time to book your spring getaway to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Besides, you deserve it. Seize your moment now and come, let go, and unwind on Myrtle Beach Time.
Let go and unwind on Myrtle Beach time.
How can an elephant go undercover to ensure great customer service? Well, it goes a little something like this. I carefully prepare my disguise.
Yes, ma'am. We've got a tow truck on the way to you right now.
I approach with the utmost subtlety.
Absolutely.
I observe undetected.
Repairs include a lifetime guarantee.
And slip away without a trace. What? When my customers are happy, I'm happy. And when I'm happy...
More care, less cost. Discover the elephant difference at elephant.com.
And welcome back to City Stadium along with Ronnie Pascal. I'm John Emmett. Halftime tonight's USL match between North Carolina FC and Richmond Kickers. It's the first time these two teams have met as league rivals, but they do have history, a couple of Open Cup meetings as well as regular preseason meetings over the years. The North Carolina FC, after the Kickers had a nice run of possession, North Carolina FC first 20-25 minutes had the preponderance of the positive possession. Then the counters began to happen for the Kickers. They had one outstanding opportunity for Kobe Osewusu. They had all three of the first half corner kicks, but for the second straight week, the Kickers plagued by a late first half goal. And You can see the frustration of Lee Kalishaw at the end of the half is, well, the Red Army got off to a great early start.
Yeah, they definitely did their part, and there were definitely some positive signs by both teams early on in the game. I think they both tried to kind of implant their style and their presence into the game. Richmond had some really good early chances. I think they looked like the more dangerous team, but that last 5 minutes of the first half, again, became dangerous for them.
Austin Deleuze with the NCFC's first shot on goal. Shriver was very active early against his old club. And then Warren able to come off the line and restore some order.
Yeah, and here's the goal. You see Stephen Miller does a very good job of creating space with his defender. Right here, Braden Troyer's on him, and he does a good job of creating some space and just plays a ball into a dangerous area to an unmarked player, again, Daniel Rios for NCFC, who does a tremendous job of tucking it just under the crossbar.
It wasn't only the time of the goal that was a replay. It was the nature of the way that play unfolded. It was almost a complete replay of the McInerney goal last week. You know, the probing down by the goal line, the striker coming up to receive a ball on the move. It looked scarily like the goal last week that sent Indy FC or Indy 11 out of here with all 3 points. Ronnie, if you're Lee Kalishaw, what do you do to turn this thing around in the second half?
You know, I think Brian Shriver was doing a very good job of kind of not staying out wide and tucking inside and creating more options, which opened up the outside for Scott Thompson to get forward. So I think you need to see Alex Lee do that a little bit more, get forward. A little bit more interchange of position by Baldock and Shriver and Osiwusu, and play off of Cordovez a little bit more. He's a big target forward. He's got to, I think, put his presence on the game, hold the ball, play off of him, and they just need to be dangerous. You know, early on they had a couple shots from distance, and after about 15 minutes that disappeared. So they really need to look to get forward and find any way to get the ball in the back of the net.
All right, Richmond Kickers trailing North Carolina FC 1-0 at the halftime interval. We will come back with more halftime activity from City Stadium after this timeout.
Don't miss out. It's the final days of Nissan Now. Hurry in for big savings on Rogue with ProPilot Assist that helps keep you centered in your lane. The technology of tomorrow, available today. This is your last chance to save on America's best-selling SUV and our entire lineup. It's time for an upgrade. Hurry in to Nissan Now. Exclusive offers and this event end April 2nd. Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models or save up to $10,500 on select models.
Make time to escape to the coast and enjoy 60 miles of beautiful beaches and let the sound of the ocean's tide take you to your happy place. Now's the perfect time to book your spring getaway to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Besides, you deserve it. Seize your moment now and come, let go, and unwind on Myrtle Beach Time.
Let go and unwind on Myrtle Beach Time.
Elephant Auto Insurance presents Richmond Landmarks with Gene Cox. Built in 1901, Main Street Station has defined Richmond's skyline for over 100 years. One of the oldest train stations in the country, and it still keeps folks on the move. With its national headquarters right here in Richmond, Elephant keeps people on the move without breaking the bank. So log on to elephant.com for a free quote today. It's the most Richmond thing you can do.
Hi, we're being joined today by Jake Edwards, president of the USL. Just getting ready to kick off an exciting 2018 season. Jake, thank you very much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
So, Jake, the expansion this year has brought large group of new owners to the USL to complement this already very strong base of ownership that we've seen that's really led to the success of the league. Talk about the USL ownership group and what these new folks are bringing.
Many of our owners, I'd say the vast majority of our owners now, have owned and operated sports organizations in multiple different leagues. They bring with them a real understanding of the economics of sport, what's required in terms of an investment level in the facilities, in the community, in all the different programs that our teams run. So for me, it's a privilege to get to work with all of these very experienced businessmen and women on a daily basis, and I'm just constantly thrilled by the commitment and investment they have into their local communities and ultimately into our sport. The new owners that are joining our league now are coming in every year with bigger ambitions. For us, we continue to drive value from a business point of view. The model continues to attract more and more sophisticated owners into the league, and that's something that we believe will have such a positive impact on the future of this league and the new initiatives that we want to embark upon.
Last year we surpassed 2 million in attendance. Talk about what your expectations are for this season and in terms of attendance at live games and just overall awareness of the league.
Yeah, our fans are the lifeblood of this league, as they are for every league. We've seen the support for our clubs grow exponentially, already significantly ahead of where we were this time last year on average per club for season tickets. I think it speaks to the excitement, it speaks to what's happening in the local communities. It speaks to all of the things we're trying to do, building new stadiums, creating more exciting, authentic environments, attracting better players, having a more competitive and compelling league. I think it's, at least for the league office here, a substantial investment in content production and infrastructure around the broadcast, around the digital and social. And so we take great pride in growing that area of the business and engaging with the fans from a team point of view and a league point of view.
She works as a meteorologist at CBS 6, but Nikki D. Ray does all kinds of jobs. Roll call.
I'm Nikki D., the construction worker. I'm Nikki D., the insurance agent. I'm Nikki D., the doctor. I'm Nikki D., the fast food cook. I'm Nikki D., the referee. I'm Nikki D., the teacher. I'm Nikki D., the beekeeper. I'm Nikki D., the race car driver.
Nikki D., Can You Be Me? On CBS 6 this morning.
And we're back at City Stadium. John Emmett along with Ronnie Pascal. Halftime, Richmond trailing North Carolina FC 1-0 on a late NCFC first half goal as Kickaroo escorts the latest group of potential trainees off the pitch here. Meanwhile, the league really enjoying its second week last week. In particular, Nashville withdrew over 18,000 for their home opener that was nearly spoiled by a pretty good effort from Pittsburgh. We welcome those of you joining us on CBS 6 in Richmond. The viewership of week one was an eye-opener both in the market and around the league. Another eye-opener, the performance today from New York Red Bulls 2. They're going to be here next week for a Carytown Craft Beer Night at City Stadium, another 5 o'clock kickoff. And they are coming off a 5-2 win today over Charleston. And it was there was actually a fairly large ESPN piece written about Red Bulls player development and their academy program, and they have some serious young talent.
Yeah, they do, and it's great to see. And there's a little Richmond kicker tie in there with Derek Etienne Jr. His dad and uncle, Derek and Daryl Etienne, played at VCU and played here with the Kickers. Moved up there, and Derek Etienne Jr. is one of those guys who kind of worked up through the academy, and he's got some regular time now with the first team, kind of switching on and off with Bradley Wright Phillips, which isn't a bad guy to learn from. But they've always done things right from the academy standpoint. They're in a great market, and they definitely take advantage of it.
Also today, Nashville now 2-0. They blanked Bethlehem Steel 1-0.
Yeah, I think their game last week, they said, was the most heavily attended game in the U.S. over the weekend, with over 18,000 fans. And my old coach when I was growing up, Mike Jacobs, is down there doing a tremendous job. And his first goal was to get them to MLS, which he did, and now it's to just grow the popularity of the club, which seems to be happening.
Also today, Louisville City with a 1-0 victory over Tampa Bay Rowdies. 16 matches today. It's actually more USL matches on a single day than any time previously in the league's history, and there will be further growth next year. Meanwhile, the numbers on the opening 45 here. Ronnie, anything that particularly jumps out at you?
I think it's a good sign for Richmond that they've outshot them 4-3. Obviously the one stat that really matters is the goals, 1-0. But overall it looks like it's a pretty even game. If you just look at the statistics, it looked like Richmond's kind of on the forefoot. They're pushing forward, more shots, more corner kicks, being the more aggressive team. Again, though, at the end of the day, you need to put the ball in the back of the net. And through 2.5 games, they've only scored 1 goal. Shut out for 3 halves in a row now at home, which is never something good. So it's going to be interesting to see what their mentality is coming out of the locker room, see if Lee was able to kind of get them going, see if there were any changes. And for NCFC, I think they did a tremendous job in the first half. It kind of went the way they wanted it to. They were able to dictate the pace. They controlled possession of the game, and then they were able to sneak the ball in. The one really good chance they got, they were able to finish. So for them, it was about as perfect a 45 as you could get. And we'll see what the second half has to show.
The lone yellow card in the first half was to Oscar Umar for dissent in the 41st minute. It appears that neither club will offer a change at the start of the second 45. Rios, Douillet, Becker up top with Harrington, Deleuze, Guillen, Taylor, Danso, and Smith with Tambakis in net for NCFC. And the kickers with Cordovez again up top as the second half underway. Bolduc on the right with Kobe Osewusu, Schreiber on the left, Umar and Imura in the holding midfield roles in the 4-2-3-1 as Ora picks up the loose ball, and back four still Lee, Shinosky, Troyer, and Thompson. Taylor rolls it back for Danso. Now Aaron Guillen. Harrington looking for Douillet. Lee escorts it out for a Richmond goal kick. Travis Wara, the DC United loanee. He's had opportunities with United each of the last 3 seasons. Harrington pressured by Bolduc, so Tambakis off his line. Daniel Rios, 43rd minute goal, the difference here. Smith pressured by Obewusu. That's a Richmond throw.
It's promising for Richmond. They had an opportunity. They were fairly organized from the back all the way to the front and had an opportunity to press and went for it and forced the turnover.
Cordovez in traffic, dispossessed by Guillen. Umar trying to drop it back. And Troyer gets there. Now Bolduc giving chase with Harrington. Bolduc and Harrington. Harrington found Douillet, pressured by Lee. Now Harrington, the MLS veteran. Shinosky up for the header. Rios controls. Miller looking for Taylor. Thompson headed away by Danso. Harrington for NCFC. Lee back for Shinoski. Troyer looking for Lee. Lee with some space. Harrington blocked the service. Now Imura. Bolduc. Umar's ball picked off by Deleuze. Jose Wusu recovering possession for Umar. Now Thompson on his horse. Taylor clears. Rios' ball wound up on Shriver's boot. Cordovez broken up by Smith. Umar again. Jose Wusu back for Troyer. Umar looking for Bolduc, headed down by Harrington. Douye. Pressured by Lee, the throw goes NCFC's way. (1-0) North Carolina Football Club lead. Early second half. It's blocked by Imura. And Umar had a go, but that's a goal kick.
You've got to like the intensity the Richmond Kickers are bringing out here in this first 5 minutes. They're kind of pressing all over. Maybe this is what Lee was talking about at the beginning. Pressing all over the field, trying to make NCFC uncomfortable on the ball, kind of making it a little bit frantic, but they needed to do something to change things up coming out of the locker room, and that might be it.
Deleuze won that header, but Shinoski turns it Richmond's way. Now Taylor heading forward. That's broken up by Imura. Harrington. Now Guillen. Back for Tambakis. Umar's ball chased down by Lee. And Wara will re-trigger. Shriver. Well played by Smith. Deleuze. Now Guillen. Harrington drops it back for Guillen. And NCFC will reshape through Tambakis. Danso. Out for a Richmond throw, and Lee Kalashaw's telling him, hurry up. Shriver. Broken up by Smith. Danso hounded.
It's definitely a different mentality by this Richmond Kicker side coming out of the locker room, and you could see Lee Kalashaw off the bench kind of urging his team on also. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can keep this up, this sustained pressure up for 45 minutes, but it looks like that's what the game plan is, and that's what Lee's asking his team to do right now.
NCFC inching up the pitch with throw-ins here. Taylor will take this one for Rios. Again, a giveaway. It's Cordovez. Jose Wusu. Douye able to relieve pressure, but only as far as Umar. Alex Lee. Shinovsky back for Travis Wara. Umar. Now Becker with an opportunity. DeLuce. Smith. Thibaut Douillet. Douillet back post service. Miller. Gobbled up by Wara.
Well done there by NCFC. Same type of thing. Force a turnover in their offensive third and get a dangerous cross in the box, and Travis Ward did a good job dealing with that one. Keep everything clean. No rebounds.
We had a Richmond foul. Cordovez was trying to fight through traffic there. Guillen will take the restart. Panso found Miller. He battled with Thompson and drew a foul. Becker will take the restart. He helped end NCFC's season last year. Rios. Osewusu, nice job to break that up for Imura. Alex Lee. Kickers pressing forward. Umar. Osewusu. Service in for Cordovez. Nice job there by Harrington to prevent a corner. '56th minute, still a 1-0 NCFC lead. Matthew Bolduck. Umar. Thompson trying to keep it alive. North Carolina throw. Decent touch by Miller, but hacked away by Umar. Now Cordovez in traffic, tumbles, and earns a free kick.
It's well done there by Cordovez, using his size and his strength to hold the ball up. Now he's trying to urge the crowd get inside to get into this game too. That's what you need. That's something I'm looking for from the kickers, is who's going to become that leader out on the field. So now the kickers have a free kick in a very dangerous spot. NCFC looks very organized right now, though. With this, we'll see how it plays out.
Kickers with 3 over the ball, including Udai Imura, who scored on one from about that distance last season for his only goal of the campaign against the Charleston Battery here last year.
Yes, you know, this time of night right now, the sun is definitely going to play havoc with Tambakis. I've been there many times, usually during warm-ups for a 7 o'clock game, but if he can hit it, keep it low, keep the sun kind of in the line of sight of the ball, it could cause problems.
Back post for Umar, but he ran out of room.
Yeah, from that distance, I'd almost rather have a guy just hit it on target. You've got the sun in the goalkeeper's eyes. You've got a ton of guys in front of the goal crashing it. You never know what happened. If you hit it hard, low on target, make the goalkeeper make a save and keep possession, you know, worst case, he gives up a rebound and there's an easy tap in for the kickers.
Douillet won that header for Becker. He finds Rios. Now Miller. Taylor up the wing. NCFC throw, Becker. Canadian international. Guillen. Harrington. Danso looking for Becker. Troyer there to break it up. And Thompson set it out of play. Becker again for DJ Taylor. Wusu came away with that. Umar looking for Cordovez, but Danso right there. Smith rolls it back for Guillen. Douye. Harrington again back for Guillen. Smith. Danso. Rios for Taylor. And Thompson heads it out.
And almost 15 minutes into the second half, and this is really the first time NCFC has had an opportunity to get possession, take a little wind out of the ball.
And Miller from distance.
And make Richmond defend. And I think Richmond will be okay with that, make them force him to take shots from distance. I think they have enough confidence in Travis Moore that unless it's something spectacular, he'll be able to deal with it.
Nice job by the folks in the bar to not spill anything.
That bar section behind the goal is actually really cool. It's a great little addition here to City Stadium that the Kickers put up this year, and adds kind of a new angle to watch the game from.
Yeah, if you're interested in grabbing seats there, visit richmondkickers.com for more information. Back here next Saturday against New York City Red Bulls, or New York Red Bulls 2. Rios. Harrington picked off by Bolduc. Nice tackle from Douye. Another giveaway, this time Shriver. Umar has lead. His service. Deflected on the goal line. Cordovez had the opportunity. Imura missed the frame.
Wow. What a great ball by Alex Lee. That's what we were talking about, him having the opportunity to get forward and put the ball in a dangerous spot. And it looked like Osiwusu and Cordovez both there in the box. Osiwusu got the first touch. And then what a clearance off the line.
And that was Guillen, the youngster, making his NCFC debut.
Again, that's exactly what you want a defender to do. The goalkeeper kind of gets caught by that really good ball by Alex Lee, and you want guys to filter in behind you and take that away. Well done by Guillen, well done.
Richmond's second great opportunity of the game. Now Cordovez. Broken up by Smith. Becker finds Douye. Probing forward for Becker. Broken up by Lee. Bolduc. That was broken up by Harrington. Lee lets it trickle out for a goal kick. Douye heads it down, but Osewusu right there for Imura. Umar. Thompson. Shriver in pursuit with Danso. And a goal kick coming here for NCFC past the hour mark. North Carolina Football Club still up 1-0.
Looks like Richmond's going to be the first team to go to the bench as they've got two guys preparing to come in Finley Wyatt and Raul Gonzalez.
Shinosky up to win the header. Umar in traffic, but Rios wins that ball for DJ Taylor. Miller. Here's Danso, long ball forward.
Yeah, first two games of the season for the Kickers, you've kind of seen the same thing kind of happen where they come out strong, good showing in the first half, mental lapse at the end of the half to give up a goal, then come out in the second half and not able to put the ball in the back of the net. So Kickers, I think, just need to respond to that. Right now it's becoming more of a mental thing than anything else, and they're creating a couple decent opportunities, just need to keep pressing forward.
Austin DeLuz, the veteran NCFC captain for Footy Danso. Broken up by Thompson. Jose Wusu, nice touch. But Becker wound up coming out of the pile and had a whistle that Lee Cowlishaw didn't like, but I'm NCFC right there. See which way this goes. Nobody looks very happy. Colin Clark is up off the NCFC bench, but
yeah, I think Lee's trying to say there was a foul originally that wasn't called, and then for Colin, NCFC has the ball and is attacking, and the ref blows it back and forgets to play advantage for him.
Now the foul goes Richmond's way, and Alex Lee will take the restart. And we'll get the subs on now.
Substitutions.
Raul Gonzalez, who played back last week, will play his more familiar
Raul Gonzalez.
wide right midfield spot as he replaces Bolduc, and Finley Wyatt is going to come on and play some forward here, replacing Cordovez.
Yeah, it looks like they pushed Brian Shriver to that central forward spot, which is one that he's played numerous times, most of the time for NCFC, and Finley Wyatt's going to tuck in on the left. What I would expect is for Wyatt to not really stay wide, but to keep kind of tucking in the middle, play off of Shriver and Osiwusu, and let Scott Thompson have space moving forward out wide.
So the Kickers got a little burst out of subs last week at about this time of the game. The first two subs of the match here. Meanwhile, Rios has gone down for NCFC. He got stepped on there by Wyatt.
Yeah, Wyatt making an immediate impact in the game.
Lee Cowlishaw made two simultaneous subs this time last week. Rio's still down, and medical staff out there.
So about 25 minutes to go, third game of the season for the Richmond Kickers, and I'm still waiting to see who's going to step up and be that leader out on the field. You know, Connor's wearing the captain armband this week. It was Neil last week, but I'm still waiting to see someone step up and be a vocal leader and really try to carry the team. You can hear Travis Warr barking commands from the back, but they really need someone with experience to step up and to really carry the guys and be that leader.
So Rio's back on his feet. It's kind of alarmed when saw the EMT guys getting the cart loose, but looks like he'll be able to continue.
I think that was their way of trying to hurry him up a little bit. A lot of experience on this NCFC team, and like we saw last week with Indy 11, you expect them to not really rush the game moving forward from now on.
Rio's three previous seasons mostly in the Mexican Ascenso, their second division, but he is currently under contract at Chivas. A sportsman-like restart from NCFC, and now the kickers will try to build out of the back. Shinoski looking for Lee. That's out for a throw. Good effort. So Finley Wyatt came up through the kicker youth system after moving to Midlothian from England.
Yeah, he used to come out and practice when he was in high school and train with the pro team, and he was one of the, I wouldn't say the first, I think Roger Bothe was the first Richmond youth player to sign a professional contract. But Finn was definitely a guy that's been on the radar for a long time with Lee in the pro team, and it kind of shows that pyramid structure that they've put into place that NCFC now has, and I think you're going to see a lot more in the USL when you get that pyramid youth structure all the way through.
Shinoski plays it back for Troyer. Umar. Thompson. Battling with Taylor.
Scott's had a good game out there on the left. Scott Thompson for the Richmond Kickers. He's definitely getting more comfortable defensively, and you see as he gets more comfortable defensively, it's opening space and giving him confidence to get forward and get involved in the attack.
It's another kicker corner. Udai Imura will take it in the 70th minute. Imura service headed by Danso. Umar trying to keep the attack alive. Thompson plays it in, but Tembakis right there.
And as this game goes on, that sun is just going to get worse and worse for Tembakis. So the kickers need to try to utilize that as much as possible, get some balls in the box coming from that left side, and force him to try to deal with it.
Tembakis restart controlled by Rios. Dispossessed by Imura, but foul whistle against Richmond. Kicker bench not very happy about it. Guillen. Douye. Lee plays back for Shinoski. We get our first NCFC sub momentarily here. Finley Wyatt. And that was out for a Carolina throw. So Daniel Rios may have been banged up some. Donovan Iwolu, native of Cameroon, is about to make his North American pro debut.
This might be a bit of a tactical change by Colin Clark too, besides the injury, but put some fresh legs up top, knowing that Richmond's going to start pushing to get that tying goal in the last 20 minutes, and put some fresh legs up top that might be able to give a little bit of an advantage on a counterattack.
Iwolu trying to make an instant impact. That's swept away by Thompson. Iwolu at age 21 already has some pro experience. He's also played with Cameroon's under-23 national side. Becker's touch broken up out again for an NCFC throw. Wyatt got a piece of that. So the goal scorer is out. Rios, the difference in this one. We had a foul whistled against DJ Taylor as he battled with Umar.
Yeah, Umar did a great job of getting back defensively right there and getting in a good spot and gaining possession for the kickers.
Becker winning that header for Deleuze. Knocked down by Wyatt. Diagonal ball with Gonzalez in pursuit. Headed away by Harrington. Now Deleuze for Douye. Deleuze kind of a speculative ball. The Waller in pursuit, and it was headed out by Shinosky. Now there's balls everywhere. You're old enough to remember Captain Kangaroo and all the balls.
I do remember Captain Kangaroo. You calling me old?
I'm calling me old. It's the first thing I thought of. Iwolu back for Harrington. Now Douye. Lee tumbles and draws the free kick. The USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow @USL on Twitter.
That's been a good little battle out wide with Alex Lee and Douye all game, and kind of continues there. Alex did a very good job of getting a good position in there on him, and Douye fouled him.
Becker heading forward, and Murrah knocked it down. Umar with possession. Wyatt looking for Thompson. That was interrupted, but Wyatt recovers now. Osewusu. Thompson. Finley Wyatt off Osewusu and then cleared by DeLuz. Umar. 75th minute. Richmond still down 1-0. Thompson as NCFC's Miller tumbled. Thompson trying to play it in. Kicker goes down in the box. And we get the call.
I think it's a penalty.
He's pointing at the spot. Mr. Demianchuk indicating penalty there. This will be an illuminating replay.
Yeah, I don't know if there was much there. You know, Brian Schreiber had really good position on him, and yeah.
Taylor had a piece of Schreiber who was chasing the ball.
I would say that was definitely a veteran play by Schreiber. Whether or not there was much contact or not, he knew what to do to draw it. A little bit of hesitation by the referee, but ultimately pointed to the spot. And it looks like Udai Amora is going to step up to try to slot it home.
Well, a huge moment for the Kickers, looking for their first home goal of the season. And Imura will take the PK. And now we get a yellow card
to Guillen. Definitely took his time getting out of the box. A little bit of a mind game there, trying to freeze up Udai.
First caution of the match against NCFC. Udai Imura, 12 goals or 11 goals 2 years ago, 1 last season. Huge opportunity here. And Imura ties the game at 1. Udai Imura in the 77th minute levels this match at 1 apiece.
Well taken by Udai. Does a little stutter step, which normally I'm not a big fan of, but it did enough to throw Tembakis off, and then he just slotted it in the other direction.
Udai Imura's 14th career goal.
Well composed by Udai. Good composer, didn't let any of those games really get to him, and slotted it in. It was well done. That was just what Richmond needed.
So now it's 1-1 in the 77th. Becker for NCFC.
So it'll be interesting now to see if NCFC decides to settle for a point on the road or go for the win in all 3 points.
Imura for Wyatt at midfield. Broken up by Smith. Wyatt trying to recover. That wound up on Miller's boot. Iwolo from Miller. Imura knocked that loose. Wyatt got it to space, and Thompson plays forward. Off Danso, back for Guillen. He clears to Becker. Taken away by Imura. Now Umar. Finley Wyatt. Thompson. Shanovsky. Kickers have one sub left. NCFC has two. And Taylor helping win an NCFC throw right there.
Doesn't look like Richmond's changed tactics much. Still trying to press as high as they can, force the turnover.
Thompson heads forward for Wyatt. Umar looking for Thompson. Danso there, he's in some traffic. Danso fought through one tackle and then draws a foul.
I've been very impressed with Danso all night. Just his composure, the way he reads the game. His experience is definitely shining through, but he's doing a great job really controlling the back there for NCFC.
Veteran player, international experience, MLS experience. Becker tried to beat a double team, and Mura comes away with the ball. Osewusu. That winds up a North Carolina throw. 80th minute. And this one's tied at 1. Thompson. Deleuze for Danso. Headed down by Lee. Gonzalez trying to get involved. And Mura back for Lee. Shriver making a hard run. And Guillen decides to take the better part of valor right there.
Here come.
Shriver. Give away to Douillet. Recovered by Shanovsky. Troyer for Umar. Broken up by Awolo, and now Becker has some room. Awolo. Miller. Iwolu serves it in for the header. Parried aside by Travis Wara, denying the lose.
Great save by Travis Wara right there. Unfortunately, it looked like Umar was dispossessed, had no idea the guy was coming in behind him, and NCFC gets the ball wide. Plays a great ball into the box. And Travis Wara, most impressive there is his footwork, the way he didn't just try to dive from where he was, but he was able to use his footwork, get his body behind the ball, and tip it over.
Becker takes the first Carolina corner of the night. That scored it off Thompson, but
there was a pileup of about 6 players on the penalty spot right there. No idea what happened. Yeah, so I'm hoping that save right there from Travis Wara can kind of help pick up the team. Every now and then you see that. You see a really good defensive play. Really good save on one end, picks up the team, and they go down and get a good opportunity on the other side.
Becker again with the service. This time Gonzalez headed it out, but only as far as Taylor. Looking for Becker. And a foul whistle against North Carolina.
Follow the USL's official Twitter feed to keep you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7.
You can see right there Tambakis kind of wait until the last minute trying to read anything he could from Udai before he dove to try to make that save. Goalkeepers are definitely at the disadvantage when it comes to a penalty, so you kind of wait and look for anything that you can.
You have a memorable stop, one that you stopped in a game that really kind of stands out?
Yeah, there was one. It was a home game against Minnesota, and Johnny Torres drew the foul. He actually kneed me in the face and fractured my jaw. 0-0 at the time. I stayed in, made the save. We went down and scored and won 2-0.
When Becker really wanted a foul, it turns into a kicker's corner. Guillen able to hack that away for a Richmond throw.
Yeah, it was exciting. Right after the game, I had to go in and get stitched up. Always fun.
Celebratory soup. Troyer for Richmond. 83rd minute. Tied at 1. Alex Lee. Oscar Umar. Gonzalez. The one touch for Schreiber. And Richmond leads. Gonzalez makes it 2-1.
Got to give all the credit right there to Brian Shriver on that goal. Fantastic first touch into space and then plays an extremely dangerous ball into the box. Gonzalez made a great run to the near post to get there before the defender. But right here, that touch by Shriver and then that ball just right into a dangerous spot, and you can see Gonzalez just do what he has to do to get in front of the defender to knock it in.
Raul Gonzalez scores his second career kicker's goal, 84th minute from Shriver, and Richmond has their first lead of the season, making it 2-1. They will get an NCFC sub here. They're going to bring Dre Fortune in the game. He was dangerous in their loss to Tampa Bay. Fortune gets his first touch, now Harrington. Douye goes out. So Dre Fortune, who had the international time in the U.S. junior program and then went with the, as a senior, Trinidad and Tobago, which he had cap eligibility through his parents. In now from NCFC, kickers trying to close out the lead. Imura. Shriver, maybe they're not trying to close out anything. Gonzalez. Now Lee. And Gonzalez unable to close on that one.
It looks like Dre Fortune is tucked into the middle, and Austin DeLuz is kind of tucked out wide to take the place of Douye.
Alex Lee will take the throw. Deflected by Smith. That's recovered by Wyatt, looking for Gonzalez. Native Mississippi, played college soccer at Memphis. Gonzalez battling with Harrington. Richmond throw. And now it's the kicker's turn to kind of dally a little bit. The USL's official Facebook page brings you the best from across the league with news, highlights, and interactive features. Like the USL on Facebook to get the league's best content delivered to you. And out of the pile of bodies, it's a North Carolina free kick. Gian. That's picked off by Wyatt. He keeps possession alive.
He did, and if he had looked up early on, Udai Moore was wide open in the middle of the box if he was able to pick him out. But does the wise thing, tries to keep possession.
Thompson dumps it deep. That's chased down by Taylor. 87th minute. Kickers up 2-1 with a late comeback. Fortune looking for Iwolo. And a handball whistled off the deflection from Troyer. NCFC's about to make their final substitution. Here comes Marios Loomis.
Yeah, good call there on the handball. As Iwolo's working to try to get something forward for NCFC, and Braden Troyer did a good job defensively of poking it away and poked it with his hand. Definitely the right call. And the Red Army is joyous.
So Marios Lomas, native of the Netherlands, who played some U.S. college soccer at Creighton, was their starting central striker in their season opener and had an assist on their first goal of the year. Comes on to replace Becker here with a 2-1 Richmond lead in the 88th. Wolo headed away by Lee. Imura back for Umar. Picked off by Smith. Fortune Finds Harrington. Now Guillen. Picked off by Umar. Headed forward by Shriver. Guillen back for Tambakis. Deleuze broken up by Shinosky. Braden Troyer.
You gotta love to see that if you're a Kickers fan, where you're up 2-1 last minutes of the game and your forward's putting everything he has into pressuring the other goalkeeper to force a turnover. It's well done by Brian Shriver.
Lomas trying to get his first touch. It winds up an NCFC throw. And now Lee Kalashaw will use his final sub, and here comes the veteran William Yambi making his season debut, and he'll replace Shriver, which obviously means a little reshape here.
Yeah, I think Osi Wusu is going to go up top, kind of play as the forward for the Kickers, and Yambi's going to tuck in right in between Connor Shinosky and Braden Troyer. And that's what you like to see. As soon as Yambi steps on the field, he's yelling, he's talking, he's trying to organize things defensively. And that's what he adds, just that experience.
So really kind of a back five now.
Back five right now, 3 big center backs in there who are going to just organize and be physical and try to sweep everything up.
Here's Smith.
Yambi is the last Richmond Kickers player that I played with who's on the roster still. So it's good to see him doing so well.
Yambi now starting his 12th professional season, a native of Cameroon, but a graduate of Old Dominion. Each team has burned through their allotted 3 subs, and Murrah just earned that free kick, and now we are in stoppage time. 3 more minutes. Kickers trying to close out their first win of the year. That was a little long for Osei-Wusu. Goal kick coming here for NCFC. Iwolo pressing forward. Iwolo trying to win the corner, and he does. Nope, goal kick.
Haven't seen that very often. You did the fake corner call by the linesman, and he changed it to a goal kick.
I'm glad that guy's not landing planes on an aircraft carrier.
Maybe a little Red Army influence. He was right in front of the Red Army. I think it was the right call there.
So Richmond goal kick now. Almost a minute gone of the 3 additional minutes. Richmond up 2-1. Smith turns it forward. Lomas trying to get on the end of it. Lomas denied by Travis Wara.
Well done, Travis Wara.
And the Indy bench going wild. They were claiming Lomas was held first. Troyer gets that out. Now Gonzalez. Wyatt. Ran over to Hitso. Here comes Osei-Wusu, numbers forward. Osei-Wusu trying to put NCFC to the sword. Instead, it's a goal kick.
That is a great ball by NCFC over the top. A great first touch, and Yambi trying to make it difficult, and then Travis Ward doing exactly what you need him to do. Just make yourself big, don't commit too early, and just be a big target and hope you get hit with the ball.
Trying to make it difficult, is that a nice way of saying maybe you held him a little bit?
When you've been playing for 12 years, you're trying to make it difficult.
Back is pushing it forward now in the final minute of the 3 added on. Here's Taylor, wound up in a collision with Wyatt.
And that's the one risk you run when you kind of change up the backs late in the game and put an extra one in there. You don't always know whose responsibility is to mark, whose responsibility is to cover. But Travis Wara bailed him out, and that's what you need.
Taylor for Lomas now. Miller trying to make something happen, and he banged it off Lee, and earns a corner, and this may be the final act of the game. dying embers of stoppage time, and Tambakis will join the pack in the box. Dre Fortune on as a sub will take this corner. One more chance for NCFC. Miller got ahead to it, but it's a goal kick, and that will do it. Richmond rallies and beats NCFC 2-1. Two goals in the final 13 minutes, and the Richmond Kickers earn their first win of 2018. Meanwhile, more hard luck for NCFC. They've given up 2 penalties in 2 games, one of which clearly shouldn't have been. If you see the replay, the foul was outside the box in the Tampa Bay game. This one, probably some debate, at least from their point of view. And then they had the great opportunity there at the end. But Travis Warren, 2 huge second-half saves, and Udai Amura got Richmond on the scoreboard. The Kickers, through a Gonzalez goal, come up with a 2-1 win. We'll recap it next.
Don't miss out. It's the final days of Nissan Now. Hurry in for big savings on Rogue, America's best-selling SUV, and our entire lineup. Event ends April 2nd. Get 0% for up to 72 months on 13 models.
Make time to escape to the coast and enjoy 60 miles of beautiful beaches, and let the sound of the ocean's tide take you to your happy place. Now's the perfect time to book your spring getaway to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Besides, you deserve it. Seize your moment now and come, let go, and unwind on Myrtle Beach Time.
Let go and unwind on Myrtle Beach Time.
Don't miss out. It's the final days of Nissan Now. Hurry in for big savings on Rogue, America's best-selling SUV, and our entire lineup. Event ends April 2nd. Get 0% for up to 72 months on 13 models.
How can an elephant go undercover to ensure great customer service? Well, it goes a little something like this. I carefully prepare my disguise.
Yes, ma'am. We've got a tow truck on the way to you right now.
I approach with the utmost subtlety.
Absolutely.
I observe undetected.
Repairs include a lifetime guarantee.
And slip away without a trace. What? When my customers are happy, I'm happy. And when I'm happy...
More care, less cost. Discover the elephant difference at elephant.com.
Back at City Stadium, John Emmett along with Ronnie Pascal. Richmond Kickers trailing 1-0 for the majority of the second half, but in the final 13 minutes, the Kickers strike twice. First a Udai Amura penalty, and then Gonzalez off a magnificent run from former NCFC man Shriver. And the Kickers pull out a win after Rios gave North Carolina Football Club the 1-0 lead with that late first half goal. Second straight game, the Kickers give up a late one in the half.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something that the Kickers are going to focus on, and something they'll look at training is how to close out the half. Lots of bright spots, lots of good things happened in that first half. It's just a matter of closing it out and getting a complete 45.
And Rios, the Chivas loanee, putting NCFC on the front foot. Kickers trying to rally back, and Shriver dragged down amidst controversy by Taylor.
Yeah, it's a veteran play. You feel contact as a forward in the box, and you go down and make the referee make a decision. And then Udai Amura with great composure to slot it in there.
Amura with his first goal of the season, his 14th as a Richmond Kicker, and that leveled the match 13 minutes from time. And then Shriver with a terrific run.
Yeah, you know, it's almost a mirror image of the goal that NCFC scored, where you got a great touch by a forward into the box and puts in a low, dangerous cross into a spot where anything can happen, and both times the forward beat the defender there and slotted it in.
Yeah, Raul Gonzalez, the second-year kicker who came on as a sub tonight winds up with the game winner in the 84th. But here came Mario Lomas with an opportunity late, robbed by Wara.
What a great save by Travis Wara, and that's what you need. A team that's struggling right now to get points, kind of struggling with their mentality and injuries. You need your goalkeeper to come up big, and Travis did just that right there to save all 3 points for him.
So the Kickers earned their first win of the season at NCFC 0-2, and wondering what they did to deserve it. They've had some tough luck in their opening 2 matches. Next up for the Kickers, it is New York Red Bulls reserves here next Saturday. Carytown Craft Beer Night is a 5 o'clock kickoff. We will have coverage again on USL YouTube. Meanwhile, for NCFC, they are back home to face the Indy 11 at the Wake Med Soccer Park at 7 o'clock next Saturday. We appreciate you joining us. Great job by Mike Voyak and our crew here at City Stadium. For Ronnie Pascal, I'm John Emmett. Richmond Kickers 2, North Carolina Football Club 1, your final. Until next time, so long, everybody.
Copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.